Good morning, beautiful people of planet Earth and all other interdimensional entities. It's the 11th of February 2025 and the current time here in Brisbane, Australia is 11:25 a.m. I wish to welcome you to sacred space at Titania's realm. Looks like we're about to get some rain a bit later on this afternoon, bit of a summer shower of some kind. It's currently 29 degrees, so rather hot. And I've been very creative, writing lots of little, short little things that I've posted on my Instagram and Facebook. And then I got slammed with the ghastly horror that I'm going to have to bear witness to, watching my entire world, my entire species go down to immolation. So now I'm a bit kind of depressed, but it's not a depression as in self-pitying thing, because I fought hard against the COVID epoch. Very, very hard, and because I'm nobody and of no real importance, no one listened to me. So I get to go down with everyone like on the fucking Titanic, whistling the theme tune, singing the theme tune, dancing as fast as I can. No one getting out of this life alive, but that was always going to be the case. But in such mass concentrated global populations, it's a very, very chilling and terrifying thought. So what will we do while we're slowly going down in a blaze of someone else's idea of glory? That was not our fault, that was imposed upon us by some demonic spiritual force, whether human or some other entity, some other influence that would lead us to ultimately destroy even our own progeny. It's not human that would do a thing like that. No human willfully destroys their progeny or their future. So what will we do? We'll carry on as though there was some vastly beautiful outcome for us all, some hope, some magic, some majesty. And I'll keep dreaming my dream of finding my true love partner for my beautiful life, because I've been dreaming that for a very, very long time. And it could happen one day, probably in the next dimension. It's not likely to happen in this one. Too many cruel, sadistic games have been played. Anyway, I wasn't going to, but I've decided, because it sounds incredibly dark, and I wrote quite hopeful things this morning before I saw that latest video by Dr. John Campbell and all the excess deaths in our youth, which has really upset me because I actually tried by speaking out to prevent that, and no one listened. And not only that, but I was shadow banned and silenced. So the few people who might have been in a power base to listen and to take notice didn't get the infernal screams coming from me personally trying to put the brakes on that monstrosity. So you cannot even quantify how deeply distressed I am seeing the fallout of all of that 2020 evil and ignominy. But on positive notes, I wrote some lovely things this morning. So I'll just read what I wrote, because I was on a very high vibration this morning, and now I've plummeted down to the death spiraling, which is the consciousness they want us in. They want us with the psychological operations and the 5G radiation and the poisoning of our air and water and food and the things inflicted upon us and our youth and our babies. They want us. They want us to be hopeless and helpless and hapless. They want us to be without love or life force or joy or creativity. So the spiritual war is we need to consistently reclaim all those things. Our joy, our life force, our creativity, our art, our music, our truth speaking, our spirituality, our courage, great courage we are going to need in the ensuing years, holding each other precious as we watch each other go down, die. Death is a given. There is a beautiful, beautiful dimension beyond this one, but we were put here to co-create and to manage in these physical bodies this life, not to obfuscate our roles and choose another dimension far, far away, which is our ultimate home, but to make the best of this life. So don't be cowards. Hold the line. Reclaim your honour and your integrity and your courage, and just love each other. Love each other as much as you humanly can without bringing harm to any soul. Don't love selfishly. Love majestically and magnanimously. Mama T has spoken. But this morning I wrote 7:39 a.m. I was very unwell yesterday because I had less than 3 hours sleep. I managed to scrape another 3 hours, but it wasn't restorative because that sleep I didn't use the CPAP. So yesterday I was, how can I put it indelicately, a fucking mess. So I just waded through the day with as much patience and forbearance as I could. But anyway, this morning I wrote 7:39 a.m. That was the moment I opened my eyes. I hit the ground and I was writing. So I'm getting better. My brain is functioning better than it used to under the therapeutic co-creativity performances of the CPAP that I'm still struggling to get well enough, but I can see that I'm thinking clearly first thing when I open my eyes. I haven't been able to do that in decades. I had brain fog sometimes for 3-4 hours after awakening, unable to think coherently. Now I'm thinking coherently, but everyone else is falling down in a fucking heap around me, and it's dangerous and confronting and chilling and frightening. They're all locked off in some way, either sexually predating or some other evil brewing in their brains, and I'm having to somehow find a way to survive all of that. It's utterly terrifying, people of Earth. Oh great, there's a wasp come to drink my water. How did that even get in the house? Come on, you have to go outside. Don't you sting me. Went right towards my eye, the little creature. How did he get in my house? It's odd. Oh well, look, it's one wasp. That too has its own life force. 7:39 a.m. Whatever firestorm in my body, mind, spirit attacked me yesterday night, meaning the previous night, gave me a reprieve last night. I slept through the night, woke up feeling moderately refreshed. Here we go, babies. Another day in paradise. Paradise for the German soldiers was code name for the Eastern Front. I know this because I've read the postcards my mother's lovers wrote back to her. Next week we're going to paradise. It meant the Russian front and guaranteed death. So I'm being deliberately sarcastic and sardonic and dark when I say another day in paradise. I know very well what I've lived through here in Brisbane, Australia, and in New Zealand, and my brief sojourn in Germany as a child, 4 months living there. I know very, very well, more than most, what hellscapes I've had to personally survive. So I try to keep things spiritual and upbeat, but ultimately you can't hide from the truth, no matter how hard you try. Here I write, I think I will start to feel better when I finish these heavy antibiotics in another day or two. I'll be quite glad when I'm off them. They've made me feel very vulnerable and depressed and quite dark, quite frankly. I was doing well up until Charlie's death, and then I've spiralled under. Well, it's hard to go through life knowing that the last thing that loved you is gone and everything else is fake and a deception and not available to me and some kind of game. It's a very terrifying thought. It's the kind of thing that used to lead me to suicide ideation in the old days, but I'm stronger now and I understand now that most people don't have any real honour, guts or courage, not even to themselves. And it's something I will have to survive continuously. I wrote, hopefully my bladder settles back down too. I had a very bad night 2 nights ago. I was up every 20 to 30 minutes and it continued on throughout yesterday as well. Something really upset my bladder and that organs takes control over me. It's more powerful than my heart or my brain sometimes. It's more demanding, certainly. And it's hitched and stitched and has a toxic TVT tape on it, so I have to live with it, even though it's, when it gets angry, it's fucking terrifying, quite frankly. But here I write because I was feeling really, really good this morning, in spite of everything. So we'll go with that, babies. We'll go with the good and the positive and the triumphant and the courageous. Life is good, or rather it's what you make of it. I will finish reading Great Australian Ghost Stories today, which is why I'm making this video. I ordered some silver clay so I can make Mr. Licker's Sacred Geometry project pendant. It's been weighing heavy on my mind because I didn't know how to make it, so I decided to try and make it in silver clay. I now need to ask Nathan from Ramjet, who's the guitarist in Ramjet, Mr. Licker's the drummer, what he'd like. Then my project will be completed. My project that I began in December of wanting to gift all my friends in both Alter Egos and Ramjack, something in silver made by me. I don't know why it felt so important, but it's a mission I've been on and I've almost reached that completion. And I'm happy about it. I feel good about it. I hope my gifts are cherished and valued long into the future, certainly when I'm no longer here perhaps. Silly little things, trivial things, but it's something I wanted to do, regardless of whether they're received well or not. Historically, many of my gifts were scorned and spurned and disparaged and dishonoured and insulted, and that hasn't happened this time. It's how I know my friends in the bands are good, sweet, sensitive creatives who appreciate the heart and soul and labour I've put into things, because they too are creatives and gift with their music and their creativity, their singing. Find your vibe, find your tribe, people who value your creative output and your work. I'm thinking my next creative outflow might be writing a book of something uplifting. I think about that a lot. Might not happen though, because I get trapped in my trauma spaces, which are constant cyclic hell loops of their own that I'm having trouble pushing myself off of. But it could happen. I'm getting older now and I have more time on my hands, and it could potentially, it's a potentiate. Love stories or spiritual motifs that focus on miracles or other serendipitous encounters, of which I have had many in my life. The ghost stories were fascinating, but I need more joy and positivity, and it will be edifying to manifest my own positive, joyful self-expression. We all need to do that. Co-create with the gods. Joy and power and vitality and bliss and magic and awe and love. I continue writing. Enough darkness and horror. Mama T trying to avoid the darkness and horror that is self-evident and real and all around all of us in our current paradigm here on planet Earth. It's terrifying. And no amount of denial will save us from it. We have to live as if each day is a gift and the very last day, no matter how many years or decades we have on planet Earth, we have to live each day as if it were the most immense, awesome gift. Otherwise we go down without barely any real meaning or having any impact on each other and our world. We have to build each other up and uplift each other, not by living in denial, but by acknowledging it and helping each other somehow find a way to not just survive it, but grow past it and thrive. How are you going to do that when everyone around you is sickened and obliterated? I don't know, but I have been doing it for the past 5 years, working creating, fighting forwards as I call it, dancing wildly and joyously and triumphantly, sometimes scaring people too, because they can see the agony and the darkness behind my eyes when I throw myself into that wild, triumphant mosh. But those who love me see the beauty and the intensity and the power and the love and the joy and the fighting forwards and the reclamation of not just my spirit, but all of us, people of earth. Love is the law, love under will, and magic happens. So never give up, never quit, never cede, never yield. Be the best version of you. Love each other. Enough darkness and horror, yin and yang, light and dark, overcoming all obstacles, wedging my broken heart and twisted neck off that oppressive glass ceiling that has kept me broken and trapped in a hell loop. Might be the best outcome. I'm a bit fucking sick of the poverty trap and the emotional hellscape and the evil and declension and deception and treachery of others. I'm sick to my own death of it. But the gods wouldn't let me die, so I have to ride through this, like everyone else, one day at a time. Hale and hearty, sick at heart, broken, beaten, strangled, raped. Lived through all of that, babies. So here I am, telling my fellow people of earth, we can and must get through this together. I continue writing. I don't know if I can get out from under it, the glass ceiling that keeps me trapped in poverty, people of earth. Not just in poverty, but in isolation. Because no man can take a woman on like me. They want pretty and younger, wealthy and healthy and fit and strong and sexually wild. Well, I'm strong and I have my own power, but very, very few recognise it or know how to treat it with kindness and honour and loyalty and decency. So there is that. I've been fighting against that oppression for 6 decades. Here I write, let me repeat from the beginning of that paragraph. I don't know if I can get out from under it. After decades of oppression and or suppression and other people's evils towards me. But if I make it, I might just surprise myself and everyone. Wouldn't that be cool? Just to blow everyone's minds and go, Tanya finally manifested all her dreams and she's successful and in a loving, loyal, faithful, passionate, romantic, devoted partnership. And she's happy. I got a taste of it, but it was another tease and another lie, but I got a taste of it. I don't know if it's worse that I got a taste of it or if I was better off when I was thinking it was all hopeless and would never manifest. Is it good or is it bad? Watch the space. Even I don't know whom I might meet, who might genuinely love me one day. So watch the space. Life is strange. Magic does happen. There's real love out in the world, somewhere, somehow. It might not happen for me though. I might have to wait to leave this mortal coil, this hellscape, this paradise I've fought so long and hard to exist in. I will prepare myself to both believe and receive, and continuously co-create with the gods and see what pans out. I used that word pan deliberately. I was thinking of the god Pan, playful, mischievous, whimsical, loving god Pan, who calls us all home eventually. Those of you watching me cry, do not mistake my tears for weakness. Sadists and psychopaths do that. Never underestimate the Tanya. My emotions and my tears are not weakness. They're just merely bodily sensations too. A cascading fountain of emotions that I can barely contain at times. I continue writing. Maybe, just maybe, I will achieve something great. It all starts from within. Not giving up on myself or on life or on love. Being open to magic finally manifesting in my life in gentle, sweet, honouring ways. Kindness, support, mind melds, protection from my tribe. And I have some people in my life that exemplify all those things. You know who you are. Blessed be. I love you. Courageous ones who don't mock and deride or try to destroy me. True friends and remnant family. Then I posted a photo. To post on Instagram, you have to have a photo of my heliconia. And I wrote 3 hours ago. I really was on some kind of vibe, but that video about the excess deaths of our youth was very distressing. But this morning I wrote, take the love I have poured into you and gift it to others. Let it ennoble, enrich, enlighten, entertain, encourage and enable. Co-create, collaborate, liberate. Spread joy, not oi. Find those who witness you and uphold you, stand beside you with solidarity and honour and joy and delight. Proud and happy to be your friend or lover or family member. Who won't abandon you when you are sick or fragile or brittle or broken or vulnerable, but will carry you on strong shoulders and hold space for you as you heal. Be with someone who communicates, collaborates with you, and consecrates. By that I mean holds your spirit in righteous, honouring, respectful, holy ways. It's been enough destruction and declension and desecration in my life. Here I write, holds you precious and equal. Manifest all your dreams, psychedelic dreamer. Live the very best love story of your life. Real and true and yours. Inspire, but be in it. Let love be your ever cascading manifestation, your highest expression of your creativity. Don't let the false ones stymie you or drag you down. You fought too long and hard for this moment. I've fought since early childhood just for basic respect and basic mere crumbs I've had to fight for. Let it unfurl and blossom exponentially. Trust in the gods and or angels and or benevolent ones. Mwah. I don't know who that was speaking to me. One of my conversations with the gods. But it's beautiful, isn't it? I shared it because it's not just for me, it's for all of us. Hold on for real love in your life. Don't settle for anything or anyone less. We're all going to die one day. Don't live a shallow shadow life with false, deceiving, empty vessels. Fill your cup, let it overflow, and it's an ever-replenishing resource, but don't let them drain you or contain you or enslave you. Don't let them deny you what is yours by divine and human and holy right, people of earth. Don't be selfish. Take what's not truly yours by heart, mind, body and soul and spirit, but don't splodge around in other people's darkness and pestilent evil and deceptions. The Tanya deserves better than that. We all deserve better than that. Then I wrote again. I posted for Instagram. I've got this picture of the internet, it's not mine. Don't know whose picture it is, I think it's from NASA. A picture of the universe. It's like some nebula actually. Doesn't matter whose nebula it is. I believe in the multiverses anyway, so there's nothing to be afraid of. Fight forwards, people of Earth. When we leave this planet, we go somewhere where there is only ever peace and love and joy and delight, where everyone loves you back and you love everyone. There is only oneness. I wrote, I walked that boulevard of broken dreams. Wasp came and landed on me but didn't sting me, flew away. He needs to go outside. I wonder if he'll let me take him outside without stinging me. Can we trust in the wasp wisdom? Must look up the symbology of wasp later. It's probably a message for me, because it's odd that he's inside my living room, especially as all the windows are closed. Must have flown in through the back door at some stage when we went out this morning. Where was I? I walked that boulevard of broken dreams, danced in that speakeasy, living wildly, freely expressing my warrior goddess, delightful dance. They thought me a freak, a refraction, a victim. Scorned me, abused me, betrayed me, sullied me. But the dance is an illusion, a collaboration with the unseen and unspoken ones. They speak, but not always with words, but with energy. Powerful when you can tap into that, people of Earth. I was gifted this morning, I know that much. I've been so unwell lately. It's immense gifts to give me the strength to get through another day in paradise. My gifts are very rarely material, physical, but often spiritual and terrifying to the uninitiated. A creation, a rebirthing, a power manifestation of deep authenticity and love. To my angels, gods, benevolent, loving fae, ancestors that love me. They recognise my spirit and my power and my worth where no other human mortal can or will. So the joke's on them, the shades, the haters and the treacherous soul eaters. We grow back, we blossom, we thrill, we enthrall, we stomp, we fly, we twirl, swirling and effervescent, glorious delightfulness. You can't kill our life force. It always finds a way to burst forth in triumphant reclamation, to begin again, somewhere, somehow. So I was going to continue in this video with ghost stories, but I think that little body of work from this morning shall stand on its own in its own video. So love to you all, planet Earth. Be not afraid. Hold each other precious. Lift each other up. Give from an ever-replenishing resource of light and love and holy convocation and power, and let the dark ones slough themselves off. They have nothing new to teach us. Planet Earth, rebuild, reclaim, conjoin, collaborate, find each other, the ones that see you and recognise your heart and soul and spirit and life force. Push through the obstacles, the membranes that hold you back from all that is yours by divine right. Amen. Bismillah. Be at peace. I'll be back in a moment with the actual ghost stories that I want to complete today. See you soon. Bye for now.